Hi guys. Okay, quite chilling mode. I wanted to show you just another way that you can as well speak to the camera if it happens so that you are like, I don't know, you want to chill, you want to speak to the camera, you're like starting and doing this thing and that's it. So I did like a video, not sure I still pop it out, but I will. When I'm recording in another kind of scenario, another kind of setup. The setup I have in this moment is like I have a microphone here. Possibly you heard it tap it this moment, and the microphone is connected to my camera. Basically, it's just the moment phone. I like it to have like a setup quite compact, like this guy that is my camera that I use normally, plus basically the wide angle. This is a portrait lens. The wide angle it is big, like not more than you can see here. Imagine you also put the wide angle. And here, see my hand compared. If I add to this my phone that I have now there, it's like a little bit more. And like two microphone of this size, like I don't know if they are 3-4 centimeter, they are not that big. So I like to have this kind of setup when I go around. And so this microphone again is transmitting to the receiver, which is again big, exactly like this one, like 3-4 centimeters, a square of 3-4 centimeter. It is attached via USB-C with a cable to my camera, which is my phone. I was saying it before, and I have it there on a little tiny tripod. You see me like from the top to the bottom because I have like come una credenza, kind of not so tall cupboard, and it's like I don't know, I would say 1 meter 20, something like that. And I'm chilling like now on an armchair. This kind of scenario is like a really chilling scenario. I like, and I have basically one main source of light, which is, as you can see, like I'm making shadow from the one main source of light, and now you see the main source of light here is like a yellow light coming from there, where that is, and it's far, let's say, I would say 3 meters from me, more or less. It's on the opposite side of the room. And that is basically the main light that is directing through me this yellow casted light. There is a little bit, again, outside of the room, there is another light on the corridor, but it's not making that much of an impact, to be honest. This is really yellow. The other one is a little bit less yellowish, but the main light that you're getting is this one. And as you see, I have on the background like the daylight. Since the camera try to calibrate on my skin tone naturally. If you're having like another kind of camera, of course, you have to set up. You have to take, for example, a white cardboard. You put it on front of the camera. You calibrate it, and then you have your skin tone that is looking correctly exposed accordingly to the main source of light that is reflecting on that surface. This is a thing you should do with with a smartphone. Normally the smartphone, they just do this automatic white balance thing, and this that I'm using, basically I'm not sponsored by them, is a cheap Android phone. If you want to ask me in the comment, I tell you which is the phone that I'm using. It's no problem, and that's it. It's working quite well, this setup. I'm really chilled in this moment. I'm kind of an introvert person, and even as an introvert person, since I am in kind of a nook, I am kind of in my space where I can chill and speak to the camera in this way. Uh, I feel like that I'm speaking to you and is kind of speaking to an old friend. Maybe also an old friend is really watching me on the, or a member of my family is already watching me, or some colleagues, or my love. She's watching me from the other side of this camera. And so this is the setup that worked for me. And again, this camera is attached, as I was telling you, to a tripod. The tripod that I use, that I really love it, is really compact, like, I don't know, like 2-3 centimeters, like cylinder of 2-3 centimeters per, I don't know, around about 20 centimeter or something like that, when it's not extended with the legs. And then when you extend it with the legs, of course, it have a different kind of volume. But it's quite sturdy, and I am able to, as I am born in Italy, and so I am quite used to this hand gesture while speaking. It seems so cliche, but it is sometimes, and that's it. So I feel also better when I am able to explain things without having to hold the camera. When I'm running and gunning around about, and maybe I'm taking shots, and I want to just speak, I do not forget what is my impression at the moment. Of course, in that scenario, maybe I would prefer to have, of course, to hold, for example, the camera in the smartphone on one side. As you can see, it's not that far away from me, but still. And that's it. The composition of this image. Let's speak about the composition. It look kind of maybe kind of organic, or kind of messy, or whatever. You can say as you wish, but I did it on purpose. This kind of composition. As you can see from this side, there is the rule of thirds. So you can imagine the camera is divided in third. So 1/3, the center, and again 1/3 of the image. And if you can also divide it in third, like 1/3 here, 1/3 here, so 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, you can see that my head is in the cross between the 2/3, the 1/3 and the other third. So kind of is an important point of attention according to the rules of art, of painting, of photography, also of cinema, of course. It's called the rule of third. When you put on one of the thirds, like here, or here, or here, or here, these are the thirds. If you put in these places something that you want to be interesting, or that you want to convey the attention of the viewer, like you are now, or me myself that I'm watching again the screen as well. If you put something interesting in the third, then the viewer will be automatically captured. It's like kind of weird habit to do this. There are other theories. A similar one is like the sezione aurea, the aurea, how do you call it, the golden section, the sezione aurea, that is similar to this. Is like kind of a spirale, or somebody calls it also, I think, like Fibonacci sequence or something like this, and it's similar. Like in this case, is a spirale, is a spiral that run around. And again, the attention goes around the spiral. In that case, this is not exactly that one, but it's kind of, they have some point in common. So the spiral, of course, has some points, and the rule of thirds, it happens so that sometimes they kind of match one on top of the other. Again, I was speaking about lights. So that is my first source of light, which is yellow. On outside, I have this kind of light from that is far away, I don't know, like 5 meter is on the corridor, I will maybe switch it off just to see a difference. And that is another light, is a blue light. So what I like is kind of also kind of use it. Like in the 80s, you used to have really blue and really red. And nowadays we have more orangey and teal color. And this way I think is still feeling natural. Believe me, this is nothing created digitally. This is the real color of outside, since the light is going down. It's around, I think 5 p.m. or something like this. Now I am in Zurich and it's December and the light is going down. I will just try to see without. And so is without the other light. I don't know if you can see a huge difference. And that's it. So let me switch it on. So I was saying, so basically with this setup, just one main light and the light of outside, you have this contrast of colors, a warm color of me speaking and a more coolish color on the background. I tried to clean it a little bit the area here so you don't have a lot of things, stuff messing around. But still you don't have, I didn't overcompose it. Like I could, for example, close everything, or could change the angle of view or something like this. But in this way, it's still working. So this is one of the setup. I hope I've been helping you, and that's it basically for today. This is just a simple setup that it works. I'm in chilling mode. Again, sometimes I am introvert, especially when I do not speak about photography or art or graphic design or food or knowing culture or languages. These are things that I really love, or knowing places, knowing people, knowing culture. Again, I said it already. So these are the things that makes me are something that I am really passionate about. And when I speak about it, I kind of lose a little bit my shyness, my my being a little bit introvert. But but anyway, if it so happened that as well you feel uncomfortable on the camera, this really is really a chilling way to speak, and definitely is nice. I would say also that since I am recording with the camera and it's like I think I'm recording in 4K. So another thing that is interesting is that eventually I could, if I could even crop the image. So if I can also crop almost to half of the image, like I suppose like this, and you will have my head like in the center of the frame. Let's imagine. Maybe I will, like in editing, I will crop it like this while I'm speaking, so you see like the image cropped as much as possible. So, and to show you how it will look like if I crop it as much as this, as much as this. Now possibly you're seeing again everything together. I get out possibly of this editing, showing you again my same position, and this is something you can play. So if you're like you're experiencing something you're passionate about, you're moving your hand, then you're saying something important. And when you say important, maybe you can crop the image, for example, like this. Something that is important, relevant to the topic of your conversation, of course. And so you have a kind of one is almost like having two camera. You are having only one camera, and you're speaking to only one camera. But since you are recording in 4K, you can like record like this, and then you can crop like that, and it will be, on my personal point of view, fine. I have really, really low light. This light is a kind of a more a prop light than not a real light, real powerful light. But I like it because of the color that is coming out. And so I don't know, possibly I would expect that the footage that is coming out, the video that is coming out, have a lot of noise, grain, and so on, as we call it. That's it. But what to do? What to do? This is a scenario where I can just speak, and you can as well speak as well. And I think this is like a kind of a starting point when you want to speak to someone. And for me, it works. I pushed myself going also out there, and I did it like some shots like in the middle of Zurich or of Milano or other places, been in Malta, Spain, Porto, and with people running around. And I challenged myself to do this since it's, as you can imagine, when we are outside, we are challenging ourselves. So that's it. But in this scenario, this is a setup that really works quite well for me. And I hope that I'm helping someone as well to, in this video maybe, uh, to do some video, some content, no matter what you're speaking about. If you love photography like me, or what is it? You have a salon of nails, or you're a hairdresser, or you're a chef, you want to speak about your food or so on. This is the thing that make me chill. Imagine maybe you are in your restaurant, end of the games, the clients are out, you want to speak to the camera, and by the way, I do photo of, since a while, photo of food, photo of wine events. I do like to take photo of plates. I really love it. So, by the way, if it's, and I have quite friends also that are colleagues as well in that field. As much as I have friends and colleagues in the sector of graphic design, marketing, and communication, I have also some of them in the sector of hotellerie and of course winemaking and restaurant and so on. So if I'm speaking to in this moment to one of my friends, you're having, for example, you had already your clients there, you have your restaurant, you want to speak about a recipe, and okay, you chill a little bit, you had your power nap, you had your coffee, okay, and just before going to work, just because for starting again with your mise en place or whatever, maybe you can just chill like this, and you can speak to the camera about, for example, your recipe or about what you like of food or I don't know, whatever that makes you feel good that you want to share. Or, for example, there are certain ingredients that you love in food and people still do not know, the mainstream of people. Or there is something that you learn from another culture, like a way of cooking or whatever. The same thing applies for graphic design, for marketing, I don't know. You want to speak about, for example, a certain product that you're trying to push out because maybe you have a self brand and you want to speak about your self brand. You want to put, I don't know, a hat or something like this, clothes or whatever it is that, or you're selling a service or whatever. Even in marketing, I would say this is something that I would use personally because it's so convenient to feel good while we are speaking something about something that we love. Sorry for that. So this is a setup. If it was really a professional scenario, maybe I will, for example, change a little bit the camera angle of my camera or something like this. But if we want to speak with openly about what we love to someone because we do care about the other person that is on the other side of the video, again, this kind of setup, for my personal point of view, it works quite well, is applicable. In a restaurant, you chill like this. When everything is finished, you have, I don't know, the background of a restaurant, or your colleagues went home, or they are in a break, or whatever. If you are allowed inside, of course, of your working place, in case you're not self-employed or something like this. or you are not renting a space. If you're allowed, you can, of course, maybe record yourself as well with you on your desk while you're speaking to the camera, when you're chilling a little bit, when you have not so much noise around, when all the boogie boogie is kind of ended up or is in break at the moment, like. So this is it worked quite well. You sit on one side. I have my now of course I have an armchair, but it can be like a normal chair that you feel good well with, and I'm resting and speaking. It doesn't take a huge effort on me, and as well it makes me feel good while I'm doing it. And this I think is the main purpose. No matter what is the subject, the important stuff is that I mean, what I am learning. Uh, I'm no guru or whatever. I'm just sharing what I've learned of around, let's say, a couple of years of YouTube. Uh, I have, okay, I started the YouTube channel. I did like maybe, I don't know, 7 years ago, and then I posted one video after maybe 2 years of, for example, a carbonara or something like that. Uh, or other plates that also I did because I'm both a photographer, a graphic designer, and a cook. And but still I was not able to be so much speaking to the camera. So it was kind of weird how I was interacting to the camera. And this is kind of working. Of course, I push myself again to go outside, and I would highly suggest, even if you're an introvert, to try to do this around. Maybe find a spot where you're safe. Safe, I mean, where you feel safe. Is it, for example, nearby a lake when, and a part of the day when you don't have a lot of tourists or a lot of people passing by, or a lot of kids, or a lot of people going and coming from work? Try to find a time of the day when you are more chilling, and do that. But again, this scenario, this thing, it works quite well for me. And I do hope that it works for you. Tell me your point of view. Tell me, please, what it works for you. And again, if you need something else, please just chat with me, and we'll try to tell you what I learned in these years. Now it's like 1 year really that I'm doing more constantly video on YouTube, and it happened that of course it's a teeny tiny amount of people, but I'm having like from 40 subscriber to 120 subscriber, which is 3 times the subscriber that were subscribed to me like 1 year ago. I know it's a little family number, like 120, but that's it. It is kind of working maybe because I'm trying to be more speaking to the people about what are the thing that I'm living in real life, and also here and there I'm also putting sometimes my digital twin to speak about some news that I find really interesting. These are two different scenarios. But when I'm speaking to the camera, I try to speak comfortably. That's all. Have a good one from Massimo from Max, and thank you for being here. See you on the next one.